Hello, Rudy Campos with the Rudy Campos Home Selling Team at eXp Realty and Carly Rosales with the Money Store. We're here doing another video with information that I think is very valuable. And this is the topic today. We're going to be discussing the difference between a HELOC loan versus refinancing. So, how does the HELOC work?
The HELOC is a form of a second mortgage. HELOC actually stands for a home equity line of credit. So it works as a second mortgage behind your first. And there's a lot of information you need to know up front about a HELOC. It is based on a prime rate, which is the adjustable portion of the rate. And then you have a margin added to that. That is part of the fixed portion of your rate. The big thing to keep in mind with the HELOC, it is an adjustable rate based off of the prime index. So your payment will be based on the prime plus the margin, and then on an interest-only basis for the first 10 years.
So how long is the HELOC loan? How many years?
A HELOC loan is a term of your first, but ultimately it's an interest-only for 10 years. And then it becomes payable and due after that 10 years is up and amortized over 20. So the ultimate goal is to either pay it off or pay it back down to zero, or refinance prior to that 10 years so that payment isn't going up or too high of an interest or jump or monthly payment for you.
Okay. And to clarify, so the first 10 years of payments, you're paying only the interest on that loan, correct?
Correct. It is the minimum requirement of having the interest only paid monthly. But keep in mind, you can always pay more. So if the interest is $500, but you want to pay $1,000 to get that principal back down, that's up to you. The way I look at it, a HELOC is like a large credit card. You've got a large line of credit, and you use it as you need it, and then you pay it off as you can as well. And you're going to be paying only on the portion that you use, right? So then you can have a large line of credit available and have a zero balance. A lot of people do that for emergency purposes.
So basically it would be getting the money and you don't necessarily have to use it for any purpose.
Correct.
You can just have it there as a line of credit, and when you need it, then you can go ahead and draw from it.
Correct. That's exactly that is a huge piece of a home equity line and why people obtain that type of loan versus maybe a fixed second or a HE loan. A HE loan is another type of second mortgage that is available, and that is on a fixed second rate. So that will be principal and interest over 30 years and a fixed rate for you as well.
So Carly, why would someone want to do a HELOC loan versus just going ahead and doing a refinance?
That's a great question. A lot of clients right now are asking for a second mortgage, HE loan, or a HELOC because of the fact that they might have refinanced or purchased when rates were in the 2s or 3s or 4s, possibly even, and they may not want to give up that rate. So that is understandable. Each client's scenario is a little bit different. So if they need this as an emergency fund just to have in case, it's a good time to go ahead and get that. But if you also are not wanting to let go of that low interest rate, you might want to get a HELOC as well. But you have to keep in mind, you have to be disciplined enough as well to make that payment and also try to get that balance down. You don't want a large second mortgage for too long because it's going to be a little bit harder to pay that off than you might anticipate, or you will find yourself refinancing anyways down the line.
Yeah, I had an experience myself doing a HELOC loan, and unfortunately I didn't pay down the principal. And when it was 10 years up, I had paid a lot of money of interest to the bank and no benefit to me in terms of lowering the principal balance on that loan. Or how does someone get a HELOC loan?
A HELOC loan can be done through any mortgage lender as well. They can, or a bank or a credit union or a direct lender like myself. We obtain them just as you would a regular first mortgage. You also have to keep in mind it is a fully qualifying mortgage. Some people think, oh, it's just a second mortgage, I can grab it. It's like a credit card, I can apply online. not that simple. It is still a full process of getting income, asset docs, obviously doing an appraisal to check and make sure you have equity, because your interest rate is going to be based off of your credit score and how much equity you leave in your home.
Okay. And so for sure, definitely you want to get the full application done in order to know whether you qualify or not. You want to make sure that you have enough equity in your property to be able to pull that loan. What is the amount that you need as a balance or equity in order to get a HELOC loan?
You can have a loan amount as little as $50,000, $100,000. It depends on the investor, but you also have to keep in mind different investors will allow you to leave maybe only 5 or 10% of your equity in the home, right? So that means you're going to have a higher interest rate when you leave a smaller amount of equity in the home, but most of the time you will want to leave a higher amount, because then that'll go ahead and lower the interest rate or margin. But again, it depends on your scenario and depends on your need more than anything.
Okay. And Carly, what are some of the tax benefits that someone can receive when doing a HELOC loan?
The thing we have to keep in mind, if you do a HELOC loan, that is not actually a tax write-off like your first mortgages. So somebody may decide to refinance versus getting a HELOC or a refi cash out because they want the tax benefit. Your full and entire mortgage of your first mortgage will be a tax benefit, where your HELOC will not. If you are doing home improvements though, doing a renovation, doing upgrades to the home to increase that value, then and you keep your receipts, please present those to your tax preparer, and that's where you can get a tax benefit and a write-off.
Okay. So in essence, if you want to do a home addition, you can also be able to write off that.
Correct.
Okay, great. Well, that's good to know that you can still get a tax benefit if you're doing improvements to your property, additions, etc. Any reasons why somebody would want to do a refinance in terms of tax benefits?
You may want to do the refinance versus a HELOC just because your full first mortgage interest will be a tax write-off benefit for you. Okay. So it just depends. Some need more of a write-off, some may not. And again, it depends on the purpose of your second mortgage or HELOC.
Okay, great. Anything else you want to add to that as far as doing a HELOC loan or any refinance? Any questions that people you think might have?
I think more than anything, call your lender, call myself if you have questions. That way we can go ahead and lay out the differences between doing a HELOC for you now or a HELOC by itself, or possibly even doing a refinance. Even if you do have a 2, 3, or 4%, it really depends on your ultimate goal, what the funds are being used for, and why you are wanting to obtain this mortgage. So we can evaluate the short-term and the long-term purpose of this and what best fits you.
Excellent. So if you know that you have a lot of equity in your home, you've owned your property 10, 15, 20 years or more, there's a good chance that you're able to pull money from that loan or from the property and use that money for whatever purpose you need. And definitely call Carly Rosales at the Money Store if you have any questions regarding HELOC loans, refinancing, or anything as far as lending money or property. Call her. And your number, Carly, again?
My number is my cell and best number to reach and or text me anytime, 805-302-8224. Or if you'd like to meet me here in my Camry office, that is an option too. Just let me know.
Excellent. So if you have any interest in buying a home, selling a property, give me a call, Rudy Campos, at 805-479-2992. Also, if you like this video and the content, please click like on it, share with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rudy Campos, Rudy Campos Home Selling Team at eXp Realty. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.